Hello, I'm Jonasz Lewiński and this is Military Mind. Armed conflicts, defense and security, land, sea and air. We've got you covered. Russia fired 65 drones toward Ukraine, 37 of which were downed by Ukrainian air defenses. Kiev has said that of the 65 UAVs, 28 failed to reach their targets, likely as a result of electronic warfare measures. On the front line, the Ukrainians have been forced to defend positions near Pokrovsk while struggling with troop shortages, logistical problems and active attacks by Russian drones. Pokrovsk remains a key strategic hub sitting on the intersection of important highways leading to major cities in eastern Ukraine. Further south, Russian forces are approaching the border of the Dnipropetrovsk region, further complicating logistics in and around Pokrovsk. At the same time, Ukrainian Armed Forces officer Serhiy Tsekhotsky is reporting a significant drop in the number of Russian assault operations in the Pokrovsk sector, which have nearly halved. This reduction is attributed to substantial Russian personnel losses, with approximately 850,000 Russians eliminated since the full-scale invasion began. Tsekhotsky emphasizes that the Ukrainian defense forces have become highly professionalized and adept at warfighting, effectively utilizing available weaponry and actively developing new capabilities, including across the burgeoning drone systems forces. Meanwhile, Russian troops are aggressively pushing to initiate combat operations in Konstantinivka. They are also attempting to encircle Pokrovsk from the south, advancing on both the southwestern and southeastern flanks. The capture of Konstantinivka and Pokrovsk is pivotal for Russian forces, as these cities serve as crucial logistical hubs in the Donetsk region. And now, we're moving on to an update on the Congo conflict. In a significant development in the Democratic Republic of Congo, the Rwanda-backed M23 rebels, who recently seized the key eastern city of Goma, have declared a unilateral ceasefire effective from Tuesday, the 4th of February. The rebels have said that the ceasefire is intended for humanitarian reasons, aiming to prevent further bloodshed and to facilitate the delivery of aid to hundreds of thousands displaced by the recent fighting. The announcement comes in the wake of intense clashes between the M23 rebels and Congolese government forces, which have resulted in at least 900 fatalities and numerous injuries. Hospitals and morgues in Goma are overwhelmed, struggling to manage the influx of casualties. Despite their recent advances, the M23 rebels have said that they do not intend to capture additional areas, including Bukavu, the provincial capital of South Kivu. They emphasized their commitment to protecting and defending the civilian population and their current positions. The ceasefire declaration precedes a regional summit organized by the East African Community, scheduled for later this week, which aims to address the escalating conflict in eastern Congo. In a significant advancement in Ukraine's aerial warfare capabilities, a Ukrainian Su-27 fighter jet from the 39th Tactical Aviation Brigade has been documented deploying a US-supplied 1,000-pound JDAM-ER bomb against Russian positions. This event marks the first recorded use of such precision-guided munitions by Ukrainian forces, highlighting the successful integration of Western technology into Soviet-era aircraft. The JDAM-ER, or Joint Direct Attack Munition Extended Range, is a tech package that improves the bomb's accuracy and extends its range, allowing for more effective strikes on enemy targets. This development underscores Ukraine's evolving military tactics and the increasing sophistication of its arsenal in response to ongoing conflicts. Notably, the JDAM-ER was initially developed through a collaboration between Boeing and Australia's Defence Science and Technology Organisation, aiming to improve the precision and range of conventional munitions. The successful deployment of this system by Ukrainian forces not only demonstrates their adaptability, but also signifies a pivotal shift in the dynamics of the conflict as they leverage advanced technology to strike Russian positions. And we close today's episode with archive footage showing the National Guard of Ukraine's Omega Group and the 12th Special Purpose Brigade Azov fighting in the dense Serebryansky forest, often referred to as the Ukrainian Vietnam. Captured with action cameras, the footage showcases the meticulous clearing of enemy positions in very challenging terrain, with dense woodland, swamps and well-camouflaged enemy positions. The mission aimed to secure a strategic crossroads, effectively isolating enemy forces and establishing a foothold for further advancement northward to realign the front line. The operation underscores the relentless determination and tactical prowess of Ukraine's operations. Notably, the 12th Special Purpose Brigade, or the Azov Brigade, has effectively been engaged in the defense of Toretsk in the Donetsk region. Despite facing up to 15 attacks a day, the brigade has not only held its ground, but also conducted successful counterattacks, maintaining control of the key areas and dispelling enemy claims of territorial gains.
Вышел на контакт, упрашиваем сдаться в плен.
Не лежи! Иди сюда! Прямо иди!
Контроль! Сектор, Юра, контроль сектор. Серый, дивись, щоб він не йшов з гранати. Є втрат.
Иди сюда! Выходи!
Що він спитав?
На дорогу! Чекай!
Барс. Я, брат, идем досматривать клетку.
Выходи! Жить буду!
Черно. Надо помыть. Покажи. Стой. Барабан. Дима, давай держим сектора. Держим сектора. Подожди, он кроп. Стой. Держи. Вылазь, жить будешь. Потом за угол, мертвый угол подивишься. Забираем сектора. Мы сейчас сделаем досмотр, документы. Ротный, поменяй магазин. Все. Красавчик. Итак, сегодня Димон отработал. А ось самохвалов Сергей.
And as you might have noticed, this is an archival piece of footage taken during spring or summer. What is really fascinating is just how environment forces troops to change their tactics. What might have been completely invisible during that time, when there was dense foliage on the trees and shrubs, right now, during winter, will be easy to spot for the enemy forces. So you have to adjust your tactics accordingly, especially when it comes to drones, which will be very much evident in the battlefield and will be trying to spot you in the forest. Now, when the forest is dense and green, it will be a much more difficult job for drone operators. And of course, you have to make all these adjustments knowing that the enemy likewise will adapt, trying to use cover to their advantage. Of course, this only applies to terrain that was not completely ruined by Russian bombardment, as we've already mentioned many times. Russian forces conducting ecocide in Ukraine, burning the forests down, and at that point it is simply something more akin to no man's land from World War I, with only desolation as far as the eye can see. And with this we conclude this episode of Military Mind. Please stay with us here on TVP World for more latest news and updates.